Hey, Ryan Michael Galloway here. We're talking about the evils of equipment and things that are going to get you over time. And I'm going to go back to the example I had of the guitar cable. But let's talk about the other part of the guitar cable. Let's talk about the cable part of it, right? Well, there's a dastardly little thing that happens to these things when they get old. Particularly if there's those cheap, crappy things that you a lot of times get with your guitar, those really hard, plasticky wires, you know, that you get when you buy your guitar and they just kind of throw it in so you can plug it into your amplifier for the first couple of weeks. Those want to do what I'm about to tell you about really fast. But a lot of other cables, even microphone cables that are a lot more well constructed, will sometimes over time become microphonic. And what does that mean, they become microphonic? Well, they get to the point where if you were to tap on them while they were plugged in, you'd hear there's a click, 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 click. They're actually turning into really low quality microphones. Okay, they're picking up extra sound. And because this thing's plugged into the PA system or the amplifier or whatever, it's amplifying that sound. So that's kind of frustrating. And it just, particularly new guitar players, I think they're hotshots or whatever, and they plug all this stuff together and then they can't understand what's causing problems. Here's a classic example of what can go wrong. My son, who plays bass and sax, was in this little power trio for a little while a few years ago. And the guitar player, who was certainly capable of playing very flashy and sloppy and making things sound interesting and stuff like that, and sound wild. Every time he plugged his guitar in at a major gig and cranked his amp past about 6, and I think it was a Marshall stack or something similar, it screamed. And he could not figure out why it was screaming, and it was crackling and making all this garbagey noise. And what he had plugged his pedals together with and his guitar together with were some old, very poor quality guitar cables. Well, at least one of them was microphonic. And so when he cranked up his amp, it was just like setting a microphone in front of the speaker. And what did it do? It caused completely uncontrollable feedback. Not like the kind you get when you hit a chord and you hold your amp, your guitar in front of your amp and let everything resonate and feedback like Jimi Hendrix. No, this is just like squeak, 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 and crackle, 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 and he could not figure out. And I must have told him 5 times. New cables, new cables, new cables. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. No, it does. They're microphonic, they're garbage. Throw them in the trash when this happens to you. So if you're walking around on your cables and you hear crackling, you know, or when you smack the cable or tap the cable and you hear a pop, it's time to get rid of that thing. All I can tell you is what's happened inside is it's gotten very, very stiff, and some of the waves are actually starting to interfere with the passage of signal through that wire. You might even have places where the signal might be jumping between wires if it's gotten cracked or something like that. Get rid of that garbage and start over. I personally like the ones that have kind of a rubbery coating, and I've seen some with a woven coating that are quite nice. But go with higher quality cables, and not the old hard plastic ones. I am Ryan Michael Galloway, and we don't need no stinkingrecordcompany.com. Thanks.